Hello everyone, it's on to week 7. We only have one more week to go. Professor Natalie here to briefly go over total rewards for the week. As a refresher, we just finished talking about how performance management is connected to our training efforts. When there are skills or development issues identified, companies can invest in remedies instead of just pursuing disciplinary action. This week explores total rewards, which is broken down on this chart, so take a few minutes to review. You can go ahead and pause if you'd like. Most of what employees receive is in the form of pay. However, a good amount, 40% actually, are other parts of compensation that employees don't often consider. Compensation and benefits departments work with many laws when designing jobs and developing pay structures, and the Fair Labor Standards Act governs wages, child labor, overtime, and classification, which is whether a worker is an employee or a contractor. The Equal Pay Act and the Lilly Ledbetter Act are supposed to govern fair pay based on gender, but this is still a challenge. To start, a company has to determine what and how they want to reward employees, and this is called their total rewards philosophy. Will they be a leader and pay more and give more? Will they match their competitors, or will they pay a little under the market and try to make up for it and attract people based on the upside opportunity or growth in their company? Tech companies and other startups then operate on this philosophy at first. Take a look at the motivation theories in the text, as you will see how they tie into a company's philosophy. Additional considerations for HR include comp fairness. Again, we can tie it back to what employees expect. There are the concepts of internal equity, people paid relative to the jobs and their contribution within the company, and external equity, which is people being paid fairly to the external market. Along with this is whether the company even discloses their philosophy and is open with their pay rates. So this is called pay secrecy or pay transparency. Government institutions must disclose their pay rates since money is from taxpayers. However, many of the private companies and even nonprofits choose not to and even threaten employees who do discuss their pay. Please take a look at the various ways we develop the base pay for workers through job evaluation and market pricing, and how we break down pay, the many ways to categorize it, such as pay grades, pay ranges, individual pay, and then how some of this can lead to pay compression. You'll also notice the many ways raises and adjustments are given. COLAs have gone out of style, as has seniority raises, except in unions. I also have seen very few across-the-board increases except when a company is trying to catch up on their pay scales within the market. In other words, their entire comp structure is behind the market. Separate from adjustments is variable pay. We are used to this being called bonuses. However, there are other ways to vary pay, such as piece rate systems in manufacturing. Finally, there are two specific types of comp that get special attention. One is sales compensation and the other is executive compensation. Sales are the front line driving the company money-making machine, so getting the mix of salary, bonuses, and other incentives to keep our salespeople motivated is indeed quite a challenge. Executive comp is an entirely different category with unique components and expectations, so check out the details in the text. This week is a light week with only a discussion. You will talk about your organization's compensation plan, the components, and recommendations to increase the effectiveness. Be sure to address each of the 6 items in the prompt. And that's it. Reach out with any questions and have a super fantastic week.